standard mission, the E-7 Wedgetail can cover more than 4 million square kilometres. In other words, the area the size of Western Australia or the Northern Territory. It is capable of an unlimited long-range deployment and in-flight refueling. The longest mission that a Wedgetail has ever done is actually a world record at 17.1 hours. Crew down the back are instrumental in looking at the back of space. So it is really a platform where it's what happens down the back that has the primacy. Although the pilots won't tell you that generally.
And that, as we said earlier, that goes out to all ADF assets, that picture. So you could be I don't know, an army chopper or a navy chopper, and you're still hooked into that connected battle space.
It's all about network-centric warfare nowadays. So Link 16 is the key to this. A lot of aircraft have other data links, but overall in the battle space, Link 16 is where it's at. The Americans have got 4, we have got 6, the UK are buying 3, and the United States are currently going through sort of investigative techniques, if you like, with 2 aircraft, with the opportunity to buy up to 26 airframes.
So this aircraft was initiated by Australia. So we were the first customer for this. We had a lot of input into the configuration of the aircraft and how it would operate.
So the aircraft was initially ordered around about the year 2000. It came into service in 2009 and has been at the forefront of airborne early warning operations ever since. We've been involved in Operation Okra over Iraq and Syria, and also other sort of capabilities like looking for MH-60 as part of that operation back in 2014.
Get your cameras out, because this is the final pass for the Wedgetail.
A 17-hour mission. That is not possible without air-to-air refueling. The RAAF has
Super Hornet on each wing. Of course, the Super Hornets are from one squadron also based at RAAF Base Amberley.
Would this be the normal configuration if the Super Hornets wanted to top up?
Absolutely. This is what you'd see if you were sitting on the aircraft, and obviously the refueling officer, he'll be watching this from inside the cockpit. And
so if you actually look at the KC-30 and jump on each wing, you can see that the drones are out.
Two squadrons based in Adelaide at RAAF Base Edinburgh. You're going to see at some of the heights here that they would operate in over the ocean.
Now normally a Boeing 737 doesn't operate down at a couple of 100 feet, but in Poseidon's case that's exactly where it has to go, and it's very capable. So even in the rough sea states, it will be fine at low levels to build a recognised surface and subsurface picture.
Greg, we saw some pylons on the wing of the P-8 Poseidon, the sub-hunter. What do they do?
They're actually underwing points for weapons, so they can actually carry weapons to protect themselves. Obviously, primarily the Poseidon is used for anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface warfare, and in some occasions can also be used for search and rescue, even that maritime intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance role. That's particularly important to the P-8.
For the US Navy and also the Australian Air Force, it's the P-3 Orion.
What are we seeing here, Greg?
So we've got an extra pass here from the Poseidon, so keep an eye out and you'll be able to see as it does its bank here where the weapons bay is in the underside of the aircraft. They also have a sonobuoy deployment system. There's that increased structural strength for low-level operations. As we said, it gets down to 200 feet, which is impressive for an aircraft of its size.
It carries self-protection measures. Inside of the bay, it's got 11 weapon stations, so it can carry lightweight anti-submarine torpedoes.
With the Poseidons and, of course, the Seahawk coming through. Now, the Seahawk is the Royal Australian Navy's next generation submarine hunter and anti-surface warfare.
It's essentially a next generation submarine hunter, an anti-surface warfare helicopter. Forms a very part of operations for years to come with the Royal Australian Navy and integrates with the P-8.
Tell us how that would work together, please, Neil, in a given, let's say, 100-kilometre box of sea with bad guys.
So the P-8 would do the initial search using sonar buoys to try and find items, submarines, etc., under the water, and also at the same time build a surface picture. If it finds something, it will call in the MH-60 Seahawk to then drop its dipper or its microphone, and that will then try very hard to triangulate and really get a precise position of what we're looking for.
Greg, what are we seeing here?
As the helicopter comes in, it's going to showcase exactly what it would do over the water in conjunction with working with the Wedgetails and the Poseidons. And what you would ordinarily see is the aircraft stacked. And you may not see it, obviously, because you've got the Poseidon that would be sitting a little bit higher, and then, of course, the Wedgetail that would be sitting at 30,000 feet. But you'll see the Seahawk now moving to the left of the airfield, showing some of its capability when it comes to manoeuvrability as well.
Again, the pilot working quite hard to move it to the right without turning, which is quite an impressive capability. From 816 Squadron and 725 Squadron, there are 24 of these at the moment in service, with a purpose of ordered expected delivery of 25.
Now, there might be submarine hunters that also have the capability to support personnel transport and medical evacuation.
International Navy to select this helicopter. They first got them between 2013 and 2016. They've accumulated more than 30,000 flight hours, and they're embarked on frigates, destroyers, and the landing ships.
Which is impressive, including the Anzac class frigates and the new air warfare destroyers.
MH-60 crossing right to left, trying to get a good photograph as it heads over to the left. Very shortly we will see the F-35s and the F-18s conducting their sequence in this event. What they may be doing at the moment is targeting in preparation for an attack, and we may see some of that very shortly.
See coming to the right. His camera's ready for a low-level pass. 2 Super Hornets coming through. Will be done by the F-35s, and then the F-18 Hornet will be going in to do the actual attack response.
payload and weapon systems officer working in harmony together.
And the airship of the Air Force insurance.
All right, get your cameras out. This is the final pass.
We saw the
capability demonstration by the Royal Australian Air Force and the Royal Australian Navy.
Look to your right as we do one of our final passes here this afternoon with your Australian Defence Force capability demonstration.
on behalf of any neighbours who live near an F-35 or Super Hornet base, are we any closer to electric-powered fighter aircraft?
You had to throw that one in, didn't you?
You don't have to answer
I
that.
think it's a little way off.
Okay. Now, what's not a long way off, the two Hornets, and they have a big landing light on there to let everybody know.
This is your chance to give a big round of applause and a cheer. Give the boys a wave as they come in for landing from one squadron based at RAAF Base Avalon.
Years.
The role of the RAAF and the ADF in general is pivotal to the success of the Australian International Airshow at Avalon. A chance for us to see every 2 years just how a professional military does it, and also to see all its platforms and capabilities.
Australian Air Force Royalettes. Now, the Royalettes have been the public flagship of the Royal Australian Air Force so many years. And the Royalettes continue to innovate, they continue to grow. qualified flying instructors come together. They get selected to be in the roulettes team. Women have been in the roulettes, and women fly many of these high-performance aeroplanes in the Royal Australian Air Force. What's it like ahead of going for a trip with the roulettes? Well, this is a sample of the roulettes preparing for a display.
And the empties are 304124 with a bomber fitting of 214. Altimeter check to come. Report when ready for Earth 1 flight show. Unit 1. 3, 8, 5, 6. Altimeter 1014, 2700. Fast jet, exchange.